Well, thanks, Chad and Rhea. I'm Stephen Heumann, and sorry I'm late, Joan.
It's about time you got here.
All right, well, let's hit the trail. Now we're here on Gordon Creek. We're in the same trail as Chad and Rhea and the governor will be on, but I want to give you a little bit closer look. So you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's ride.
It's called the Gordon Creek Trail. It is on the west side of Price, and it's only like 3.5 miles long, maybe not even quite that. So it's one way in, one way out. But there's a cabin up at the end, and we have 2 beautiful waterfalls, and it's just kind of a fun place. You'll see a lot of people that'll take their full-size vehicles as far as the waterfall, and the kids will get out and play in the water, and we come up as a club every year and have a dinner, and we do that in May. And then if there's trail work to do, we would incorporate that into our club ride up the canyon.
Helper, Utah. About 120 miles southeast of Salt Lake City is a town known as the place you drive through right before you get to Price. Well, in truth, there's a lot more to this little mining town than just that. It's been a train hub for over a century. In fact, in the late 1900s, the trains making their way to Salt Lake needed helper engines to make it up the very steep 15-mile run of Price Canyon. The town is where those engines were put into use, which is where Helper got its name. Today, mining is still the lifeblood of the city, but in a place with striking views and towering canyons, the outdoors have become a draw all their own.
Industry is big for us here. We make our living by the dirt. We have gas and oil, we have coal mines, and so when we get some time off, we want to go out in the great outdoors. And to do that, we take our machines. We take our boats, we take our motorcycles, and we do whatever we want to do when we have the time to go do it. To my knowledge, this is the only legal ATV trail in our whole county. We're not a very big county, but we still have good places to go. Most everything else is all road riding. With the water the way it was last year and the year before, it really washed out a lot of places. And so we were afraid that maybe BLM and the Division of Wildlife would say that they would just close it because of the damage in the drainages and that it was unsafe for people to use. And so we were a little apprehensive, but they came through and worked with us, and it's been a great experience. And I'm happy to show it off to you guys today.
Gordon Creek may be a shorter route than many loops you can ride around the West, but in that distance you find some pretty spectacular locales. After just a few minutes, you come to an old trestle that dates back to the early days of mining. And as a coal miner's daughter, Joan is the perfect guide through the area, pointing out the bits of history that someone like me wouldn't even notice. But the history is only the initial draw. After another couple minutes of riding, you find a jaw-dropping discovery in the form of the first falls. A cascade of water in an otherwise barren place that reminds visitors of some mythic land too beautiful to be real, and yet here it is. The trail continues from there, and what started out as an easily navigated trail becomes decidedly more technical. Rocks jut out and the path twists here and there, making for a challenging but extremely grin-inducing trip. Just past the second falls, we reach the terminus of our journey at an old homestead that bakes in the sun, just waiting for someone to hear the echoes of pioneers who lived out their lives within earshot of the falls. It is the perfect destination for historians and explorers in search of quiet, solitude, or inspiration. Riding loops have become very popular in the last decade, and rightfully so, since they offer a chance to see new territory without retracing your steps. But there's something about Gordon Creek that makes the trip back along the same trail like an entirely new experience. It doesn't matter that it isn't a loop. In fact, it's kind of better that way.
This particular trail is easy to get to, and it does have a few little technical spots that makes the ride exciting. If you want to bring your family out just for an afternoon ride, I would recommend that you come out and try this trail and see the work that's been done and give thanks to those people that helped do it and make it the trail that it is. DWR has been a little skeptical about letting us have this trail because people keep trying to push it out and push it out and push it out and go farther than what it is. So I'm asking you as the public to stay with their wishes and stay behind the fence and call it just an in and out ride. That's the way it is.
That's right. If you want your trails to remain open, you need to respect them. Now here at Glen Creek, if you want to come out and give this trail a try, it is 52 inches, so you're going to need a smaller machine or a razor, but it is awesome. Finding it is really easy. You just head into Helper on Highway 6, and about a quarter mile south of town, you'll come to Consumer Road. Head west on that, and right before you get to the coal mines, there's the dirt road that'll take you right here. It's a great ride. I highly suggest coming out and enjoying it. Well, I'm Stephen Heumann. Now let's head back to Chad and Rhea and Governor Gary Herbert.